foundational parenting principles. And we're breaking down the word parenting into an acronym. We're now at the letter N. N for nurturing. Just think of it. In a family, if there's one thing that everybody wants, they want to be nurtured. But we've also found out that today, to nurture someone, it has to be in line with who they are and how they want to be nurtured. Therefore, with the liberty of Dr. Gary Chapman, I am going to talk to you about the 5 love languages. Let me tell you a story. That our one child was a loner, always doing things on her own, and we did not understand how to operate with her. But then one day, we had learned about the 5 love languages, and we realized that what she liked was a specific kind of love. Let me teach the love languages, and I'll come back to the story and tell you how this changed her life and our connection with her. Love language number 1, and that is words of affirmation. This is the love language that says, I want you to speak to me in such a way that you uplift me with your words. Whether those are encouraging words, kind words, words of caring. And in fact, words of affirmation is the one that lifts you to the next level. The most effective part of that is when you get lifted when you are not in the person's vicinity. Point in case, you give the person a compliment in their absence. And that compliment makes his way back on a roundabout way, saying that while you were away from that person, you were complimenting them. And that is like, oh, I love what they said about me. And that words of affirmation is what they then affirm themselves by, and they feel absolutely loved. So that's the first love language. The second one is quality time. Now, quality time has got 2 faculties to it: quality activity and quality conversation. But it does say, overall, I want you to spend quality time with me. Quality activity says, I want you to do things with me. But when you do that, there has to be a presence. There has to be, you're here and you're engaging because you want to engage. Quality activity says, we are at the same place doing something together that we both enjoy because we are together. Together, see, 2 people. Then quality conversation means, I want to sit and connect with you. I want eye contact. I want you to speak to me in such a way that I know you're giving me your undivided attention. Now, if one of your children's love language is quality conversation, you bet that they want to find ways to talk to you. So if you're going to ask this child, how was your day? Please make sure you have time to listen, because they want to then share everything that happened in their day. That's what happened to this daughter of mine that I'm referring to. That we found that her love language was quality conversation. And when we invited her one night, we just said, quickly come to us and just come and tell us about your day. Would you believe? We sat, and it was the first hour, the second hour. We went until 3 o'clock in the morning because she shared everything with us. Her entire life unfolded right in front of our eyes. And we were like, wow. I thought the next day she's never going to get up for school. But you believe me, she got up, brought us coffee in bed because she was fired up, because she felt loved. Receiving love in the way that she wanted to receive it, through quality conversation. That's the second one. Quality time in quality conversation and quality activity. The third one is gifts. Gifts saying that I will give you a gift because you just love receiving them. Whether it's unwrapping them, whether it's just the excitement, I'm going to get a gift. They just love receiving gifts. And here's the important part. It doesn't even have to be expensive. It just has to be something that says, while you were away from me, I thought about you. Gifts, the third love language. The fourth one, acts of service. This is the one that says, I do things for you. I do things that I want to show you that you are special to me. In fact, I do the things that you don't like doing. I might even wash the dishes for you. I might even make the sandwiches for school for you. I might even pay the bills on your behalf. Whatever it is, you doing this activity on behalf of that person. Acts of serving that person and showing your servant heart attitude. And the last one that we have, physical touch. When your child has got their love language of physical touch, they want you to touch them. They literally want you to hug them. They want you to be in their vicinity. They want you to put your arm around their shoulder. They want you to give them a high five. They really want you to be in touch with who they are. Now, physical touch can make the difference that you've never had in your home. It can be that every time you see that child, you just make sure that that child, you give the hug. Come here, and then they'll give you a little hug. No, 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 come and then hug them. You know that big old teddy bear hug? They love it. So physical touch is the fifth and the last love language. So in N for nurturing, by applying the 5 love languages like we just learned, it's literally an expression of love through who those children are. It will change who they become. Because everybody wants to be loved, and everybody deserves to be loved. Most naturally, the children will speak the language that they so desire. So if their love language is words of affirmation, they will be giving tips to other children. They will be giving uplifting comments to other children. They will do what it is. They'll give you a compliment. Mom, you look great in that dress. So that's a child who actually is now affirming what they need through what they do. They're affirming you. Then in terms of quality time, whether it's activity or conversation, those children will want to be with you and either do something of quality nature with you or speak out on a truth or on what's happening in the world or what's happening in the classroom. They will be spending their time with you. If it's gifts, they will be bringing gifts, bearing gifts to you. If it's service, they'll be doing little things for you out of their heart. And touch, well, they'll come to sit next to you when you watch television. They'll want to touch your hand, put their hand on your leg, but they want to be in touch with you. 5 love languages. So, to further the N for nurturing, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy or dull man. All work and no play makes you a dull boy, which means you have to find a way to sometimes have some fun. Oh man, to nurture a relationship, there are things that a family can do together to take it to the next level. But there's a statement that says, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So when it comes to nurturing your family, you want to learn to do things together that's going to create fun and enjoyment, because you want to nurture them as saying, I love you enough to spend time with you so we can have fun and build memories. Have you got memories that you've built? Do you sit around the table every now and then and say, do you remember when? Man, that's what really makes it work. Because I can remember when we went skiing for the first time, and when the car got stuck in the mud, snow and the pulp, and we were so frightened that we were going to actually glide off that mountain. And I still remember getting out of the vehicle, asking my wife to drive. I climbed up between the combi and the mountain, and I was literally on a horizontal, holding the car away from the wall. Yeah, exactly. What a memory. The kids will never forget it, because when we got down, we went skiing, and my son then actually made qualifiers for SA Champs for snow skiing in South Africa of all places. But you see what it is? It's building those memories. So what are the kind of things that you can do for enjoyment with your family? First, I want to tell you, it doesn't have to cost money. You can actually do things that doesn't take a lot of money. Imagine just buying this massive big puzzle and you put it out on the table, and every time either you or the kids walk past, you just build 2 or 3 pieces, and then the one helps the other one. Do you know what that does for connection? It just brings an enjoyment or a nurturing that is happening now within the family that is unexplainable. Every now and then you can go out and play 10-pin bowling. Maybe you can go to the golf course and hit a few balls. In fact, every single one of my children, because I'm a golfer, boys and girls, went hitting balls with Dad because they loved it. Were they good at it? Who cares? It was just a fun time out. The mull trick out every now and then. The family traditions, every Sunday night, we used to buy chips and gravy. Doesn't matter what happened, it's chips and gravy evening. And boy, if we tried to change that, they told us about it. So when it comes to your time of nurturing your children, start building these lasting memories that's going to last forever. Because family activities will take you where you want to be. What about sitting and watching a video? What about sitting and watching a movie? What about going camping? Oh my gosh, what about walking the dogs? The list goes on and on and on. Do you know what we did? We actually sat with our children and we said, okay, let's devise a list together as we nurture each other in connection. And they started making the list. And then we divided it in terms of what doesn't cost money, what costs a little bit of money, and what would cost a lot of money. And that way, we managed ourselves through this period of nurturing each other as a family. Well, there you have it. N for nurturing. You have to take the time, make the time to nurture each other.